The video I did addressing what people were saying about sundown towns being hit and devastated by Hurricane Helene has gone viral, with the views continuing to climb and the comments continuing to come in. And what I have found very interesting is that there's a certain demographic of people who are upset with me and do not agree with the video at all. And what's interesting is that I never said it was true. I never said that it was purposely hitting all the sundown towns. I said that people online were saying, the people were saying, those are the first words in the video. And that I decided to take a little time out and research if there was any truth to it. And there is, in fact, some truth to it. But again, I said not only sundown towns are being hit by the hurricane. Y'all ran off and took that however y'all took it. One of the ways in which you took it being that I'm saying that sundown towns and the people in them deserve to be unalived or lose all their property and loved ones, which I never said. What I do find interesting, though, is the people who are saying this about how can you say that and this is horrible, people are losing their lives, and you're saying that if they were racist, they deserve to die. Here's the thing. I never said any of those words. I simply showed you diagrams, the path of Helene, where the sundown towns exist, and I asked you what your thoughts were on it. But the people who are upset about that video, about me saying that people, not me, but other people are saying that sundown towns are being damaged by Hurricane Helene, which has some truth to it, but not only sundown towns are being devastated, like I said, are the same people who have no empathy, compassion, or care for immigrants seeking asylum and refuge in the United States. These are the same people who have no compassion or empathy for the people of Gaza, who are championing for Israel to eliminate them. Children, women, mostly. These are the same people in my comments right now upset because they think I said racist white people deserve to be unalived by a hurricane, which I never said. But I find that very ironic because, you see, I know that sundown towns don't only consist of white people, because sundown towns as we knew them are not as explicit as they used to be. They're not really putting those images and those thoughts in the forefront. Although some do in a different manner with Trump signs and Trump propaganda and paraphernalia and memorabilia and merch, which kind of goes hand in hand with the club, but you know. But there are black people, there are brown people, there are immigrants, people who have moved to these places that they did not know these were sundown towns. And there is a long history relating to the slaves seeking refuge in the Appalachian Mountains. And as we know, the Appalachians are also being affected by Hurricane Helene. We also know Georgia is being affected, and Georgia has a large black population. And we also know sundown towns exist all across the United States of America. America itself was a sundown nation for many centuries. What I stated in that video was simply to try to find the truth in what I was seeing on the internet of people saying that sundown towns were being hit by the hurricane.
All right. So before we continue, let me just say, I am a brown-skinned, melanated girl that survived Katrina and lost everything in floodwater. Okay, so let's get that straight. But now we're gonna get into this. It's come to my attention that a lot of people on this app don't realize that sundown towns still exist, or even know what a sundown town is. So let me catch you up to speed, okay? So sundown towns are basically towns where melanated people either need to be inside at a certain time, or they need to be outside of the city limits at a certain time. And like I said, those still exist in 2024. If you don't believe me, all the people that drive from New Orleans to Houston to New Orleans, y'all know there are certain cities on I-10 that you not gonna stop at. You don't care if your tires falling off. You don't care if your whole front end falling off. Your car could be smoking. There is no way in hell you gonna stop in those certain cities along I-10 on your way either to Houston from New Orleans or from Houston to New Orleans. Like, you're not gonna stop. Sundown towns are the reason why we pack food for the road. If y'all don't believe me, y'all could go online and Google a map of all the sundown towns that still exist. And it's just mighty coincidental that Hurricane Helene flooded out a lot of those sundown towns. No, I'm not saying that they deserved it. I don't want y'all to think that I'm saying. I don't think anybody deserves to lose their entire lives, at the blink of an eye because of a storm. But it's mighty fucking coincidental. Okay? They exist. Don't be delusional. They're still out there. There's still racism out there. I feel like people brushing it under a rug because it's a tragedy. I get that. But the facts of the situation is that a lot of these places were sundown towns. Do I think people or anybody deserve? No. But again, the facts are that a lot of these places that flooded out unexpectedly were sundown towns. Feel free to go ahead and Google it. Not all, but some of them. Most of them. A lot of them.
European Americans are shocked how the government is treating them. On top of that, they do not understand the response that they are receiving from the Black community and other minority groups. People are trying to make the argument that just because the place is a sundown town does not mean you need to treat it a certain type of way. Understand, you get no sympathy over here. If a place is a sundown town, a place used to be a sundown town, a place exhibits the behavior of a sundown town, you get no sympathy over here. Now, do you deserve to lose your life? No, but do not expect aid or black tears. Because as a whole, Black people have told European Americans countless times that the government will turn on you because they have turned on everybody else. That is not simply about racism, but it's also about classism. European Americans don't quite understand why people feel this way because they don't understand other people's struggle. They have been told a fairy tale story that their race made them special, and that targeting their minority counterparts will make them above the rest. But now we're in the year of 2024 and things are starting to come full circle because you can no longer blame minority groups for your downfalls. And maybe if you did not keep showing bigoted, targeted, hatred behavior, maybe other people will be on your side. Take this as a learning moment that other people are in the struggle, and the tables can turn extremely quickly.
Grand Rising TikTok. Man, I just found out that the hurricane only hit all sundown towns all across the South. Tennessee, North Carolina, Florida, all them sundown towns, God came through and wiped out the whole city. And remember now, we got 3 more hurricanes coming next week. I hope Yahushua will make it 15 hurricanes. I mean, this is good news. This is good news. I love hurricanes. I tell you, I love hurricanes. I love tornadoes. I love that. I love it because that's the work of God. Anytime God do some work like that, that's his work. We can't do nothing about it. Just stay out of it. Just leave. And when you come back, you ain't gonna come back to no house. You ain't gonna come back to nothing. That's what.
Alright, y'all. So after my video yesterday that has been kind of going viral, I was speaking about the sundown towns and how the Hurricane Helene it seemed to me like it hit a lot of sundown towns. There's a lot of people that are disgruntled by that, saying that, it wasn't all white people and blah, 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 blah. But it is what it is. But I did get a big question on what exactly are the sundown towns. So I would like to start this little trend, or can everybody just comment, no matter what state you in, what area you in, if where you live at has a sundown town, could you please put it in the comments below so that we can generate a list of every sundown town in every area, in every state. Appreciate y'all. This is for us.